Right then, good morning. Now then, in his rather excellent book, Technical Excellence Exemplified, Ivan Rhodes makes comments about Percy Goodman. He says that he had a fertile mind. He goes on to say that he was the perfect gentleman, and even claims him to be a genius. Now this family Goodman, winding back, the father, originally German, Johannes Gutmann, coming to England in 1876-ish, has sons Percy and Eugene. This is a family who are descendant from reputable watch builders, designers, and sons Eugene sent into the tool room of this company which is making bicycles and bicycle components, chain wheels, and Percy sent to India, involved in pattern making for casting, and interestingly with sales of Wolseley motor cars. And I reckon there's a bit of a clue there as to how the company became a success, you know, because I know that to make a success of something that you design and sell, you have to be kind of globally thinking about everything. And I think Percy had that. So come around, I don't know, 1920 odd, and the family already had their name changed by deed poll. They were British citizens by then. There was quite a bit of interest. Clearly this was the Industrial Revolution. There was a real passion for speed, the beauty of the machine, truth to materials. It was all going on in terms of engineering and design, flight, boats, you name it. Transportation was the thing. Motorcycles were taking on a fair bit of popularity and interest. There were records being broken. There were daily, if not weekly, monthly racing, endurance events, you name it. So come the 20s, there was definitely interest in the control of valve gear, because prior to that, you know, Velocette had been involved with a bit of two-stroke manufacture. There'd been poppet valve and side valve type engines that were popular, 500 singles and so forth. But valve control was clearly the way forward, if you like. And there were examples of that, and even overhead cam engines, JAP, Chatterley, these were all in front of Percy. He would have been taking notice of everything, and designed a very slender little, I think 74 by 81 bore and stroke engine that was, you know, not uncommon at the time. And in 26, a fella who already had a name and was very popular, Alec Bennett, came to Percy with a rather strange offer, saying that he would ride this bike, you know, still designated K for German for camshaft, and would not require payment unless he won. I don't know what the deal was, and I don't know what the deal was if the bike broke down, but anyway. He put the bike into the race. Apparently his method was to do a slow first lap and slowly get the feel for this, being sympathetic to the engine and so forth. Sort of turned the wick up as the race went on, and on the last lap had an off at the Nook and managed to gather himself, get back on, and won by 10 minutes. So here was an example of a design that was clearly fit for purpose, capable. You know, this would have been good times for Velocette, who put some shares on the open market to gather some money so that they could tool up and gear up, and a guy by the name of Willis came along, bought a swag of shares, got himself, he was a butcher, got himself a seat on the board, which was a bit unprecedented because this was up until then an entirely family run and owned business, and got his son Harold a job. Now his son Harold had been in World War I. You know, he went into racing developments with Velocettes and very quickly made a name for himself as a rider and a development engineer. I think in 27 and 28 he was second in the junior TT both years, and in 28 set this fantastic record, which was I think 100.3 miles per hour for 1 hour at the Brooklyn circuit, where records were being set. Also introduced the positive stop gearbox for I think 1928, which was a major leap forward. Was great with his sayings. One that comes to mind, which is pertinent, is you know, the best way to do a job is to get it right the first time. And Percy, he did. I mean, we know, because we can look at more KTTs, they didn't change that much. They kept on evolving with materials, and we keep using this term race bred, but that is definitely what they were. I think in 1928 they also won the team's prize at the junior with Freddie Hicks, Alec Bennett and Harold Willis. And in 1928 they did a really cool thing, which was to introduce the idea that the public would be able to buy one of these K model motorbikes, an exact replica of the 1926 Alec Bennett winning machine, and it would be called the KTT, the Camshaft Tourist Trophy. Well, this was unprecedented, you know, so Joe Public could now buy one of these machines, be part of this movement, which was all about speed and new horizons and the beauty of machine, and kind of man becoming one with machine. There were probably naysayers, as there are naysayers about technology now, but this was a revolution, you know, and Velocettes were there. They were there with the marketing, and they were winning races. It wasn't just the emperor's clothes, it was real. So exciting times, and we've got a 1929 KTT here. This is the first KTT that came to New Zealand. 1929 they had a big push. I think they made about 180 of these bikes, which was clearly evidence of their fantastic marketing, you know, because I think that was nearly double the production of later years, you know. So there was a lot of enthusiasm for the new Velocette, and in particular, if you were interested in speed, the KTT.